guys are knuckleheads. Hey Larry, it's the late night edition. I was late getting up here earlier today and had to space their medicine out enough, so it makes me have to be late getting up here in the evening. Hopefully their interest in the lamp cord has subsided some now. All we wanted to do was mess with that when I plugged it in. And no one is eating because they're too excited about the lamp cord. Well, nobody except for Stella, which you know how she is. She'll eat regardless. Zelda. Psst. Hey, psst. She doesn't listen. Now that I've moved that little lid and wedged it up against the wall with the litter bucket, I've got just a little bit of space to mess around behind the bookshelf over there. I don't know what Hank's trying to get to. They will too. She's doing her best. Now they're all gonna go back over there and make me break this up again. No, they're not messing with the cord at the moment. Wilson's doing his best to get to it. No, you're getting down. And you should get down too. And everybody should go over there. No, Stella. Pig. You pig. This again. You guys, I guess I'm gonna have to get one of those battery powered lanterns to do these at night, so I don't have to deal with everyone trying to get the cord. I'll just sit a little further over here and try to keep them away from it. No, Zelda. Or is this Lionel? That's Lionel. I think. I always have to look at their... Yeah, definitely Lionel. Always have to do a double take on he and Zelda. Yeah, I think I've got some somewhere actually. Percy, you should eat that and not the dry food. There you go. I don't get it because our cats at home just gobble up the wet food. But these guys always seem to prefer dry food most of the time. You know, we've had an issue with Tabby, and there goes Hank now. Get down. We had an old Nintendo Wii set up in the living room where you... Good grief, Wilson. You guys are being brats. Anyway, we had a Nintendo Wii set up in the living room still. I mean, we rarely play it, but it stays connected to the TV. And I don't know if you're familiar with the Wii or not, but it had the little sensor bar that received the signal from the controller. And that ran to the back of the TV and into the Wii. And Tabby ate that in half. We also had a Google Chromecast hooked up to the back of the TV, and Tabby chewed that wire in half, so we're going to have to do the cable looming thing there too. I came at the right time for you guys to be nuts, huh? I let Doc out. He's running around in the main room out there. I tried to stay up here a little longer when I was here earlier to let him run around and play. I feel so bad for them to be cooped up in that tiny room with no windows. He could have it made in here if he would just get along with them. But we'll keep working at it. Not tonight, but we'll start back on it tomorrow. Now they're all zeroed in on my shoes. Well, hello, Percy. Let's see how dark it is. Made everybody else give up on the live stream tonight since it's so late, but probably should have done it earlier. That's okay. The archive will be there. We'll be back on regular schedule tomorrow. Hey, look, these aren't expensive flip-flops, but they're the only ones I got, so please don't destroy them. Oh, Stella's got a toy in her mouth. Did. I think Hank went over there and snagged it. Uh-oh. No, Percy. I don't know what his goal is. I'm trying to climb the window there. Come on, Hank, get down. But Lionel, he's getting so big. Crazy how big he is now. What are you trying to do? Well, I'm glad to hear it. The only thing I've ever seen her do, I think I might have seen her one time with the kicker, and I know I've seen her play with that tunnel over there. But I've never been here when she's done it. Percy loves his window. He also loves to be over here by this cord. I meant to check. When I was here earlier, some guy was parked across the street. That vacant building, just sitting in his truck. I meant to look when I got here to make sure he wasn't still over there. Goodness, guys. Come on, let go. Just move this down a touch. Now, that might be a little more effective. Though. I don't think they can get to the wire anymore. They may prove me wrong, but hopefully I've got that resolved for now. You can almost get to it. final. What's the matter, Stella? Guess I should pick these up so I actually have a functional pair of shoes when I try to leave. These guys are obsessed. Let it go. You're obsessed. Sorry for all the commotion. I turned the light on to make it a little easier to see in here. Maybe I should have just left it off. Come on, guys, get down. Come on, Percy, get down. Maybe if I walk over here, they'll leave it alone. See how Stella's doing. Even though she's in the shadows over here. Stella so needs a diet. You really need to go on a diet. You want to play with this? She just ran from it. Now she's gonna go for the food. No, Stella. No, Stella. No. That's for them, not for you. Yeah, well, why don't you correct them instead of me having to do it? Stella likes the window a lot too. What was that? I don't know what that thud was. I guess it was one of them. Hey, Hank. No, let's not bite me. Let's bite that. Let's bite that. And not my hand. Uh-oh. He has found a way to get to it. Scram. Never a dull moment in here. I don't know what their infatuation is with the bottom of the table. I guess I'd rather mess with that than the cord. Come over here. A lot more fun over here than it is down there. I'm not gonna go too long tonight because I had to go to the pet store earlier and pick up a bag of litter. I gotta change these boxes out before I go and try not to be here till midnight. I'm not sure what Stella's interested in at the door. Doc is not crying. Let's see, Friday would have been 7 days. So, Saturday, Sunday. Hopefully tomorrow or Tuesday is the last day, I believe. I think it'll be Tuesday morning, because they only got the one dose the Friday after they had been fixed. So we started on the second half of the day. And Zelda will be getting fixed this week. I'm not sure what day to do it on. I might try to schedule it for Tuesday or Wednesday, just because, well, actually it would have to be Tuesday. I couldn't do it Wednesday. Tuesday or Thursday, yes. And she can, we can set up the little, what we call the Thunderdome, the little playpen thing with the top on it. And I can put her out in the main room and she can hang out next to me for the better part of the day. And she won't have to be closed up by herself for too long, and it keeps her out of the bathroom for the most part. I'd have to put her there in the evenings, but she can come back out in the mornings. But that's not set in stone. It's just sometime this week. I'd initially said Friday, but I feel bad enough leaving these guys closed up in a room by themselves all day, much less that tiny little bathroom. So I'd much rather have her 2 days of recovery out in the main room. Wilson picked the most difficult way to get on top of the table. He went from there and crawled up through that little space between the table and the wall. Now they're all trying to do it. I saw him do it. I wonder if I can. But I think I'll unplug this lamp before this guy starts messing with the cord, and we'll go check on Clara, Doc, Lily, and Stumpy. I'm gonna have to take that food out. Stella may still get it after I leave, but at least she won't get it while I'm here. Bear with me just a second while I unplug things and move that out of here. See how dark it gets in here without that lamp? It doesn't look that dark on the main stream, but with my phone it does. Okay guys, excuse me. Excuse me. No, you stay. Well, they're almost to that point. I should say almost. They are to the point now where they try to escape when I open the door. There's Doc. Not in the main part of the room, Doc. But there's lighting. And Lily. And Clara. Who's chasing after Doc. And Stumpy. Is everybody being camera shy? Come here. Hey, Clara. Hello, Doc. And the other kittens are scaling the door, trying to get out. Hey, Clara. And the color on this just looks all weird tonight. Doc. Maybe this will be Doc's week. He really needs to go to a home where somebody can play with him and watch him more than we're able to now. Like I say, I feel so bad that they have to spend so much time on the weekends alone. And as much as I'd love for them to be at our house and able to check on them and play with them and feed everybody and do all that at a moment's notice, we got too much cat and not enough house, plus 2 dogs. you doing, Stumpy? But I am happy that Doc and Clara are getting along with everybody now. That's a big deal. It's nice to let them out. Oh, that was today. Our dogs, my lab may tolerate it, but our border collie would not. No, we didn't go today. I've still got a couple of pairs of tickets. I'm going to try to make it to one more. Probably Wednesday night if I had to guess, but Doc is on my back. We trimmed his claws so that doesn't hurt as bad, but it doesn't feel great. But yeah, our border collie, she would go into a full meltdown if we tried to take her to the baseball stadium with all the sounds and smells and other dogs, and she gets along pretty well with other dogs in a controlled environment. Like I can take her to my parents' house and she's fine with their dogs. But I think out in the open and unfamiliar environment, she probably wouldn't enjoy it very much. She's a really anxious dog, which I think is just, it goes with the border collie breed. At least in my experience. We had another one when I was growing up, and the similarities are pretty striking. Of course, the other one, the one I had when I was growing up, she could be mean to our other dogs for whatever reason. And she would get mad, and she wouldn't ever do anything. Excuse me, wouldn't really ever do anything until it's like that kid that's like, you better be glad they're holding me back. And that's when she would get really mad, when you tried to restrain her. Otherwise, she would just bark and growl and all that. But when you tried to separate the two, that's when she got really mad. Well, I guess everybody's running around, so we're going to have to stare at Stumpy once I get up and find everyone. I think someone just went in the window. I don't know who. It must be Doc or Lily, because there's Clara. Now the light in here is so weird. It's like it turns red over there. At least on my screen. I don't know how it looks anywhere else. Doc in the window because Clara just trotted behind me. Yeah, we got a couple of bulbs out, but I don't know why it's doing that. It's a lot better up here when it's daylight, but it just wasn't in the cards today. Clara. Clara. But had you told me on April 29th when Doc and the others were born that on August 27th we'd still be fostering cats, I would have told you you're crazy. This has been an extended event. You know, it was Doc. He's up on top of the desk now, where he probably doesn't need to be because all sorts of little things on this desk for you to mess with and that you don't need. But yeah, Melanie made a good point that Doc is in his terrible twos phase where he's just rambunctious and difficult to contain. He's still sweet, but why are you hissing at Clara? No, he's still a sweet cat. He's just at that age where he likes to find mischief. see over here, Doc? And I'm trying my best when we feed these guys, when we feed Doc and Clara. Clara gets a different type of food than Doc. Doc still gets the kitten food. But he's developed a taste for Clara's food. So that's become a challenge, especially Clara doesn't eat all her food and Doc sees it, he goes for it. But in a side-by-side taste test, he's definitely gonna pick Clara's food over his kitten food. Whenever we've switched foods on our cats before, we've always tried to make it a gradual process, but he doesn't want to adhere to that. Are you going to come out of there, Doc? Yeah. A little gray streak just ran that way. Well, I guess I should probably go ahead and end this. We're 26 something minutes in. I've got to change the litter box and herd this guy and herd Clara and get them contained, which is not as easy as it used to be, because you'll get one in there, close the door, and then you'll get the other one, and as soon as you open the door to put the other one in there, the first one runs out. It's kind of a circus. So I found it's a little easier to get them both at once and put them in there, but even then, that doesn't always work. Stumpy Doc slap fight. So I guess we'll go ahead and wrap it up and get another peek at Doc before we go. Thank you, Larry. And it says there's 7 viewers, but I don't know who all they are. But thank you, Larry, and thank everybody else for watching. We'll be back on a regular schedule tomorrow. Should be 5:30 Central Time for roughly for the close-ups, and hopefully Stella's stream will stay on. We've had a pretty persistent problem with it going off today. I fixed it twice, so I'll try to keep an eye on that too. And as I say, we'll be back to our regularly scheduled program, if I can say that right, tomorrow. But until then, thank you, Larry. Thank you, everybody else. And we'll see you tomorrow.